All right, go for it.
Good morning, good evening, everyone. It's the Guerrilla Economist coming to you live with my main man, El Cuco, and we bring you the news, the views, and all the information important to you. Check us out, roguemoney.net. Follow us on Twitter at Rogue Money. Rogue Money on Gab, Rogue Money on Steemit, DTube, and every single podcasting app known to humanity. We're everywhere you want us to be. And check out our sponsor, thecryptoschool.io. Thecryptoschool.io. Check out yesterday's show. It was quite exciting. We had JSnip4 show up in the live chat, and things got very exciting. So I'll just leave it at that. Go check out that show from yesterday. It was pretty dynamic. And also the Telegram link to the trade room is up on yesterday's show. It's in the description box. You could see a lot of the results from the trades and stuff. So it's pretty awesome. So total open book. These guys are just amazing. These are amazing quants, these two. So check it out, thecryptoschool.io, whether you want to learn how to trade or you don't want to trade, you want to get your feet wet and understand and get a good understanding of cryptocurrencies. We have a video educational series with over 20 some odd vids over there already on the Crypto School. Just check it out, thecryptoschool.io. With that out of the way, CJ, what is crack-a-lacking?
Hey, good morning, V. Doing great. A little bit of a rainy day here in the Midwest, but it's actually been dry. So yeah, rain's coming your way, but we could use a little bit of it. I think the water table was kind of dry there for a little bit. So,
yeah.
But other than that, yeah, I mean, just great day yesterday at Rogue. I did get a chance to catch the show yesterday with Rogue Coin, and there's no denying that when you put proof out there, when you put information, details showing exactly what's going on, and just some major truth there, and so I was glad that you guys had the opportunity to do that.
Yep, absolutely. Everything is laid. There's nothing hidden that shall not be revealed. Yes. Oh man, where do you want to begin, bro? There's a lot going on. I'm looking at this. I had zero sleep last night, folks. That's why we started late, because yours truly just could not get out of bed. I'm done. It's one of those nights where you just could not get yourself to sleep. It was the worst. And so I'm beat. I'm totally beat. Let's get a hot topic, bro. This one looks like a good one right here. This is what we need to discuss. It's time freedom fighters and patriots take off the gloves and stop playing by the rules. Siege, what's going on over there, bro?
Yeah, so this past weekend, of course, all the White House correspondents got together for their little "let's pat each other on the backs" White House Correspondents' Center. And at this event, there was a comedian. Her name is Michelle Wolf, and she really, kind of, in my opinion, crossed a line in terms of it's amazing that when you're a liberal like that, you can go out on the attack after women of color. It really doesn't matter, as long as your narrative doesn't fit their agenda. They're free to do whatever they want. So in this presentation, she basically kind of really went off on Press Secretary Sarah Huckabee, and in a manner that was very degrading. Sarah is a mom, a working mom. She tries very hard, very passionate about her work. And you would think, V, that champion of the women's movement, and I get why they have it. They're free to do that. That's their. You would think that they would come around and they would actually, more public opinion regarding the comments and the attacks on Sarah. And it was completely great. It was. Whenever I listened to it, I was kind of like enraged there for a little. I'm like, why was there not a single patriot in that room that didn't storm the stage and take the mic out of her hand, or worse yet, take it, maybe shove it up her ass.
How about somebody storming the stage and backhanding the idiot, which is something her dad should have done? I guarantee you, this waste of space liberal, see you next Tuesday. This girl look at this. 32 years old, washed up, not married, no kids. She's going to be another one of those liberal yuppies who's going to be 45 years old, sitting in the corner of the bar like a little barfly with a dried up ovaries, missing her whole entire purpose in life to begin with. What a moron. Folks, this is exactly what the problem with liberalism is, CJ. It makes you waste your 20s and your 30s. You become an arrested development man child or a woman child, and you become a little yuppie like this, thinking you're so trendy because I have abortions and I sleep around like an idiot. God, I'm telling you, I'm tired, and this just gets me going.
Yeah, it does. It does because why can't more of the freedom fighters, the liberty loving individuals, persons do this kind of same thing, but in a perspective that is attacking their agenda? You know, we always try to play by that nice guy, that nice card that we want to be politically correct. We don't want to do these things, but B, you know, when you're in the mud and you're in a fight, it doesn't matter. There's no rules here, right? And obviously they're not playing by any, but yet most of the conservative base, most of the freedom fighters, we try to play by those rules. We like, you know, conform. Oh, don't say that because that's not correct. Well, that's bullshit. Not when this type of things are happening. And James Woods, you know, love him to death. You know, he defended. Matt Drudge had put out a message saying, you know, asking why Kellyanne Conway and also Sarah Sanders didn't just simply walk out, you know, of that dinner, which I probably would have done a lot worse. And James responded, well, because she has class, shines through bright in the face of low class trash. They were beacons in a night of liberal embarrassment and self-degradation, which I completely agree with his assessment on that. You know, he went on to tweet out that you regretted it even more when someone were to attack your looks and demean your achievements the way you hashtag Democrats attack women of achievements. Shame on you and your event, and headed to dustbin of history. Save your breath. And I do have some audio if you want to hear some of it, because I'm not sure if our audience has had a chance to listen to it. But it was, yeah, it was. Hang on, let me find it here real quick. Let me bring it up here. I had the link brought up earlier, and then it kind of, here we go. And I think this is going to anger our audience as well. If you have not heard this yet, it just truly just out of place. I don't, you know, again, and then they give CNN an award for their coverage of the dossier. They're giving awards for fake news, V. But this is cute episode. They get. Well, from the White House Correspondents' Dinner, they gave him an award for journalism. Okay, so here's Michelle Wolf attacking Sarah Sanders and Kellyanne Conway. Okay, bear with me. Technical difficulties. This happens every now and then.
Guy named Jeff Pedophile Nazi Doctor. Oh, he's a doctor. We should definitely talk about the women in the Trump administration. There's Kellyanne Conway. Man, she has the perfect last name for what she does. Conway. It's like if my name was Michelle Jokes, frizzy hair, small tits. You guys gotta stop putting Kellyanne on your shows. All she does is lie. If you don't give her a platform, she has nowhere to lie. It's like that old saying, if a tree falls in the woods, how do we get Kellyanne under that tree? I'm not suggesting she gets hurt, just stuck. Stuck under a tree. Incidentally, a tree falls in the woods is Scott Pruitt's definition of porn. Yeah, we all have our kinks. There's also, of course, Ivanka. She was supposed to be an advocate for women, but it turns out she's about as helpful to women as an empty box of tampons. She's done nothing to satisfy women. So I guess, like father, like daughter. Oh, you don't think he's good in bed? Come on. She does clean up nice, though. Ivanka cleans up nice. She's the diaper genie of the administration. On the outside, she looks sleek, but the inside, it's still full of shit. And of course, we have Sarah Huckabee Sanders. We are graced with Sarah's presence tonight. I have to say, I'm a little starstruck. I love you as Aunt Lydia on The Handmaid's Tale. Mike Pence, if you haven't seen it, you would love it. Every time Sarah steps up to the podium, I get excited because I'm not really sure what we're going to get. You know, a press briefing, a bunch of lies, or divided into softball teams. It's shirts and skins, and this time, don't be such a little bitch, Jim Acosta. I actually really like Sarah. I think she's very resourceful. Like, she burns facts, and then she uses that ash to create a perfect smoky eye. Like, maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's lies. It's probably lies. And I'm never really sure what to call Sarah Huckabee Sanders. You know, is it Sarah Sanders? Is it Sarah Huckabee Sanders? Is it Cousin Huckabee? Is it Auntie Huckabee Sanders? Like, what's Uncle Tom but for white women who disappoint other white women? Oh, I know, Aunt Coulter. We've got our friends at CNN here. Welcome, guys.
So there you have it. You know,
total waste of space. See, James Wood tweeted out a great picture of this washed up has-been. A picture of her without makeup. Are you able to pull that up on the screen, man? I want people to see what this hag looks like without fake up. You know, fake up is that witchcraft that makes a 3 look like a 6 or a 7. So go for it, Siege. You able to do that, bro?
Yeah, the image is up right now.
There it is. There it is. Look at that. That's the one making fun of how other people look. This one. This and you know, what did James Wood's tweet right there on the bottom says, raving beauty derides the look of others. Okay. You know, I'm glad this crazy nut job was out there on the White House conference thing. I'm glad about it. And I'm glad about it because the major thing is this. Again, the left is just making themselves look all the more stupid. All the more stupid. So this is their whole. I mean, think about it. It's been a pretty bad week for leftists, man. They lost Kanye West, which is leading to a bunch of smart, enlightened, Black Americans leaving the Democrat plantation. The Koreans are signing a peace treaty, so that's a loss there. They had Michelle Wolf out here, just basically, putting it out there that the left are not the vaunted protectors of women and minorities, and that whole narrative is coming apart. So I'm happy about that. And then switching gears, Siege. Man, I mean, where do we begin on this one? What? Oh, dude! Before we go switching gears, the war on men continues. Let's just go with this real quick. After 108 years, Boy Scouts will drop boy in the name and become gender neutral. What the hell is this?
Yeah, unfortunately, this is where we've arrived. This is where we've arrived as far as America under the globalist agenda, the radical left to, transform, men, to the attempt to, listen, if vaccines don't gimp the men population enough to hinder populations going forward as far as, men to women, then they're going to completely corrupt and bankrupt the ability for young boys to be raised and taught how to be men. That's the attempt here. That's what they're doing. And the Boy Scouts are caving to this. The Boy Scouts are caving to this agenda to, not label, to, we want to get rid of the word boys because it's not inclusive enough. So we're going to allow girls now into the Boy Scouts. We're going to rebrand it as Scouts BSA. The gender neutral BSA will soon become girls into ranks, which means the Girl Scouts of America will now be faced with the prospects of losing, would be members of the new BSA. It's just unfortunate, V, that this is where we have arrived. It's the thing that angers us. It should anger everyone, that if you don't understand what the attempt is here by those controllers, the people that want to, rid the world of masculinity, of alpha males, of the attempt for males to reproduce and produce more populations, more alpha males. They're out for it. It's a transhumanist agenda, V, and they're going full speed with it. And why do we allow this to happen? Where is the outrage? And that's the thing that frustrates me the most, is that as a society, we are so fucking compliant, right? We're so compliant because that's all we've been taught, is to follow the rules in schools, follow the rules in life. And this is where we've arrived.
That's what I'm saying, man. It's the identity politics is the politics of Nazis. Why do they cave? I mean, American culture, real Americans celebrate strength. The Boy Scouts saying, F you libtard feminazis. We're not changing the name. It's Boy Scouts. There's only two freaking genders. It's girl and boy. Everything else is a mental disorder. Do you hear me? There's only two genders. Medical science hinges on the fact that there's only two genders. Medical advancement hinges on the fact that there's only two genders. You can be an idiot man who pretends to be a girl, but that don't make you a girl, and my tax dollars don't have to be, shouldn't have to pay for you to chop off your pee-pee. There's only two genders, morons, not 58. There's only two genders, and you cannot self-identify as peanut butter, as much as I would like to be identified as peanut butter sometimes, CJ. I can't. There's only two genders. And while this is happening, while we in the West are obsessed with what gender are we on, the rest of the world marches forward. While we in the West are doing this, you got such moves as the petrodollar dying. And in fact, we have a guy who's a certified moron. A certified moron, my man. And when I say a certified moron, I'm talking about none other than Nicholas, the Sweetness, the bus driver, Maduro. And he is, what's he launching, Siege?
His dollar, his currency, his cryptocurrency, V.
Absolutely.
Oh, dear Lord.
Venezuela has offered India a 30% discount on crude oil purchases, but if only India agrees to pay in the El Petro, the cryptocurrency that Venezuela's president, Nicholas the Sweetness, the blockchain Maduro. He is officially the blockchain Maduro. Nicholas the blockchain Maduro. Experts visited India in March and struck an agreement with the Delhi-based Bitcoin trading firm CoinSecure to sell Venezuelan cryptocurrency Petro in India. Business Standard reported, quoting multiple sources. Maduro's propaganda machine is touting the digital coin as groundbreaking. First ever national cryptocurrency. The El Petro, backed by 5 billion barrels of oil reserves in Venezuela's Orinoco Belt. But most observers see this crypto issuance as a desperate attempt to skirt U.S. financial sanctions, which it is. In March 2018, President Donald Trump banned U.S. purchases, transactions, and dealings of any digital coin or token issued for or by the government of Venezuela. Now Venezuela wants to add the Petro as a cryptocurrency for CoinSecure to trade Petro against Bitcoin and the Indian rupee. Now, according to CoinSecure CEO Mohit Kalra, quoted by the Business Standard, they are going to different countries and making offers. And the offer that they've given to the Indian government is you buy the Petro, we'll give you a 30% discount on oil prices. So all this is happening. I got to give Nicholas, the Sweetness, the blockchain Maduro some little bit of credit for his cunning here, CJ? What do you think? Little cunning for Nicholas the Sweetness, the blockchain Maduro.
Yeah, and unfortunately, several years ago he started the gun confiscation. So the people do not have the ability to counter this massive takeover. And as corrupt as he is, I mean, who's going to trust him anyway? They say, yeah, I'm going to put these billions of barrels of oil as reserve to our crypto. Do you really think he's going to do that? I applaud his effort to circumvent and to get away, from the U.S. dollar, the sanctions, everything that's placed on him. But the crime, the harm of the corruption with his government and the people have no ability. That's the same thing that they want to do to us, here in the U.S. They want to take away our rights to bear arms. They want to do those things. They want to control the media so that way that these stories don't get out of the things that we're talking about with Nicolas Maduro. But yeah, by all means, yeah, he's corrupt, and it's actually creating harm for the crypto and the blockchain space. Who in the world is going to trust this guy?
Exactly.
He might as well get pull Madoff out of jail and see if he can't be a consultant for his crypto project.
If Nicholas the Sweetness, the blockchain Maduro could do it, he'll do it. He's all about decentralization as long as centralized around him. I love doing those Nicholas the Sweetness Maduro news pieces, man. It's just simply the best. Simply the best. So going from one charlatan to another charlatan, I like to pick apart my favorite charlatan. He is a regular favorite here on the Rogue Money mornings. The one and only Elon the Muskie Musk. Elon the Muskie Musk. He had a little meltdown, it seems, CJ. What's going on here, man? Before I jump in rave and rip this guy apart, go ahead.
Yeah, so it appears that Musk had a terrible meltdown on one of his conference calls, with questioning. And Zero Hedge actually has the conference call on audio released there, so you can go listen to it. Thanks for Tesla just went from bad to worse in one of the most bizarre conference calls since Jeff Skilling had some choice words for Richard Grubman. Elon Musk unexpectedly and abruptly cut off the earnings call when he encountered a question he appeared to find uncool.
Oh, yeah. Bro, you got to understand the thing about Tesla. First of all, if you buy a Tesla, you know nothing about cars. I don't care if you like the way it looks. Don't buy the piece of junk because you don't want to get into a severe accident with that piece of junk because you will burn to a crisp. There are Tesla model cars that literally randomly just explode in people's garages. Parked in their garages, randomly catch on fire and burn the entire house down. Dude. You don't believe me? Google search it. There are Tesla model cars that their self-driving systems have failed repeated times, causing occupants death. Okay? I don't like Teslas. Okay? I really don't. You know why it is? Because I know what it is. It's not a car company. Okay? Why do you think Elon Musk is losing? He's like a man. He's under stress, right? He's a man under stress. He knows government subsidies are about to be pulled. So he's sweating bullets, just like Jeff Bezos is sweating bullets because he knows Trump's about to yank his whole Amazon privilege card on him. It's about to get pulled. So Musk is doing the same thing. Tesla is not a car company. It is a carbon credit company or a carbon credit swapping company, trading company disguised as an automotive manufacturer. That's what Tesla is. That's all it is. Nothing more, nothing less. It's a con job. So in order to help fund his credit or his carbon credit trading swaps, right, where the Tesla makes the most money on this junk, okay, he's got and keep those governmental incentives going and keeping up the artificial stock prices. Tesla has never, ever, ever, ever in its history ever made money. See, can you imagine running a business like that where you go out and you put on a dog and pony show and you say the most heinous, I would say heinous, but you say the most incredible BS, the most fantasy. I'm going to put a man on Mars, and people are like, oh, Elon, save us! Ah! I mean, literally, this is what happens in every single Tesla, meeting. He comes out there with his stupid roadster that weighs 7,000 pounds and does 0 to 60 in like 1.9 seconds. He's like, look, my roadster is the fastest 0 to 60 car. Yeah, but how many times can you launch 0 to 60 before your battery goes dead? What's the range on it, Elon? I can't talk about that, but it's coming out. It's going to be spectacular. The guy goes out there, hypes everybody on snake oil vaporware, things that don't exist. Ooh, the Model 3 is coming out. Everybody puts, $5,000 down as a deposit, hundreds of thousands of people. Where's your Model 3? Where is it? Where is it? Huh? Where is it? No? Huh? What do you mean? You got to ramp up. What do you mean it's not out yet? What do you mean you're having production problems? What do you mean you don't have the tooling? Because now the scheme's coming apart, Elon. The scheme is coming apart. The stress is on Elon Musk. This is what I love. This is why, look, anybody who said Elon Musk is a smart guy, you don't know what you're talking about. I saw this guy coming a mile away. He should have just took his billions he made off of PayPal and quietly exited stage left. When he realized that his electric roadster, which was a laughable joke, that Jeremy Clarkson, over when Jeremy and Richard and James were at Top Gear in England on the BBC, when they took that Elon Musk roadster, that Tesla, the first one, it was based on the Lotus Elise, and they tried to take it on the Top Gear track, and it just literally died and had to be pushed back into the hangar. Jeremy's like, this car sucks. And what did Elon Musk do? He threatened to sue Top Gear. Any bad review anywhere, Elon Musk tries to sue you. Elon Musk tried to sue Consumer Reports when Consumer Reports says the Tesla Model S is a ginormous pile of steaming poop. But the trendies in the epi said, oh, I have a Tesla. You spent $90,000 on a Duracell battery, my friend. You spent $90,000 on a Duracell battery with wheels, and you're an idiot because once that Duracell gets into a nice crash against an actual car, you will be roasted in 1,500-degree flames that cannot be put out by water. Oh, you didn't know that? That's right. That's right. The fire department is not obligated to rescue you out of your stupid electric Tesla because once the battery ruptures, the flames are so damn hot, the firefighters cannot even rescue you. You have a phenomenon called invisible flames. You didn't know that. But don't worry, your death will be very quick. Maybe quick, or you just sit there screaming. Either way. Don't buy a Tesla. So things for Tesla got worse. One of the most bizarre conference calls. Why? The stress. Elon thought it was a brilliant idea to buy out his cousin, rescue his cousin's company, which is called Solar City. You all heard of Solar City? So you ever walked into a Lowe's or Home Depot? There's some guy with a green T-shirt. Says Solar City. Hi, I want to install solar panels on your roof. We've all encountered that. That's Solar City. That's another company that never turned a profit in its entire life. It's a Musk family tradition. Create companies that don't make money. Right? Create companies that don't make money. And his cousin's company, Solar City, was a company that was going down in flames. What did Musk do? Oh, he buys out. It was a merger between Tesla and Solar City. Merger. So again, another carbon swap facility. Now the stress is coming apart because that was a company sitting on massive amounts of debt. Elon thought he can sell as much snake oil as possible with his Falcon Heavy. Look, shooting roadsters into space. Look at SpaceX. Overpriced BS. That's what SpaceX is. It is not even one tenth of what NASA could do. SpaceX. Elon Musk is gone full-blown Howard Hughes on us at this point, CJ.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very thin skin. You can listen to the audio and you can tell how frustrated he is with things. And they're legitimate questions, right? You've been hyping up. You're taking pre-orders. You're taking pre-orders on vehicles. What was it, like $5,000 or $10,000 for the pre-order for the smaller Tesla sedans?
Minimum $5,000.
So it wasn't like $100 or something like that. There are literally people that it's been years that they've been. What you imagine the heat that would come down from any other company that tried to do this. So they're legitimate questions from stockholders. If you don't want to come under that scrutiny or have those type of questions, then don't have a public company. You're obligated as chairman of the board, a CEO, to answer those questions, not to shrug them off as those questions bore me. They're beneath me. I owe nothing to the day traders. Go sell your stock. That type of arrogance and this is a guy representing this Tesla company, and then B, not only that, he's getting government money. I mean, yeah,
That's how he survives. He makes no money on the cars.
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't feel any obligation to his investors, to stockholders, because he feels more obligated to answer to the government for the handouts that he gets for his SpaceX and other projects.
Yep. Yeah, actually, Tesla's such a leaky sieve of information. This is Musk. That I think the news will leak pretty quickly. I also feel the track registrations quite quickly, blah, blah, blah. So really the point is like people to get focused on what's happening in the space of a few weeks or a few months. There's a whole maxim of investing. You should not be focused on short-term things. Elon, your company's never made any money. Nothing you do is successful. What else are we going to focus on, Elon? We have no interest in satisfying the desires of day traders. I could care less. Please sell our stock and don't buy it. With pleasure. Elon, that was the most honest thing you've ever said. That was the most honest thing you've ever said, Elon. Please sell our stock and don't buy it. Yes, I agree with you. Let's sell your stock and never buy it. Let's dump it for the worthless pile of manure that it is. I think that if people are concerned about volatility, they should definitely not buy our stock. Oh, he's getting honest. I'm here not to convince you to buy our stock. Do not buy it if volatility is scary. There you go. And with that, the most bizarre earnings call in years was mercifully and finally over. And Musk can get back to his favorite Tesla Kila, or what is red wine and some Ambien. That's it. Red wine and Ambien, his favorite cocktail of choice. Tesla Kila. There you go. Snake oil salesman. We don't have innovation. Look, this is not real innovation. This is not innovation. You think Tesla is the best we can do as Americans? Are you kidding me? There's better things we can come up with than Tesla. You think having an iPhone that Apple regurgitates year after year and takes away features and says, "Oh, look, new." Next year's not going to have a screen, CJ. The next iPhone, I mean, the current one has no headphone jack. Next year, I hear they're not going to have a screen. And it's going to sell you this metal brick that has haptic feedback on the surface, and you're going to guess what's on there. And it's going to say it's new, it's innovative, and people buy. And Apple earnings calls. I wonder how they'll go. Unreal.
Too funny. Absolutely.
Only in an insane market can a company like Tesla, okay, have any sort of market capitalization, be even traded. Only in an insane market can Tesla survive. Only in an insane market can Apple, that's literally failed and screwed the pooch in its iPhone X sales, come back, give an earnings report, say, yeah, we lost money, and then their stock valuation goes up even higher. I'm done for. Oh, man. Well, and here's the funny part. We got Mark Mobius. He sounds like a vampire from a comic book series from Marvel, right? Mobius
He does.
Vampire, right? Mark Mobius. The long bull run for stock markets could be due for a correction, according to one prominent emerging markets investor. There could be a substantial correction in the markets, Mark Mobius, founder and partner of Mobius Capital Partners, told CBS. At CNBS's yesterday. A 30 to 40% adjustment is not unreasonable, he said, speaking on developed as well as emerging markets. I'm not predicting that. I'm saying that we've got to be ready for that. Mobius cited the long U.S. bull market since 2009 as the reason for the correction. The catalyst, I believe, will come from continuing increases in interest rates. The Federal Reserve is definitely moving in that direction. And when the Fed moves, everybody else has to go in that direction. Okay, Mark Mobius, bro. Let me enlighten you, my man.
Break it down.
Let me enlighten Mark Mobius here.
Break it down.
We're living in a world where there's really no more. Oh my God, what's the word I'm looking for? Right? There's no sense anymore. Right? There's no sense whatsoever, and we're living in a world that that the worst market news out there doesn't seem anything. Why? Because who's doing all the trading? Who's doing all the trading? Why did Goldman Sachs start firing a whole mess of their traders? Why is J.P. Morgan doing the same thing? Why? Because it's not the traders that are moving the markets anymore. It's all algos. It's all algos. It's all rigged. It's all rigged. It's all rigged. It's HFTs and tiny little prop firms and algos that keep this whole entire machinery moving. He's saying, 30, 40%, maybe he's got some insider thing to spread fear and FUD. Dow 29,000, dude. Dow 29,000. Here we come. Dow 29,000 in the midst of a crumbling U.S. economy. Dow 29,000 when a Tesla comes out with market earnings that are again way below estimates and again into the red. Okay. Dow 29,000 in the midst of Apple going down in flames. Dow 29,000 in the midst of the next tech sector bubble popping. Okay, Dow 29,000 when Amazon gets its little government handout card pulled. Okay, Dow 29,000 in spite of all of these things. Why? Because nothing makes sense anymore. Look, we're in such a state with the market that there's no such thing as mark to market anymore. You cannot even find the value of an underlying asset anymore. That's how convoluted and blurred it is. No one knows what anything's worth. Yeah, Mark, I agree with you. In a normal market, this bull market should be a 30 to 40% correction. I agree with you wholeheartedly. We should be in a 30 to 40% correction on the market. But this is not a normal market. When you cannot do a proper mark-to-market, when you cannot do an evaluation on an underlying asset, what's there to correct? Seriously, right, Siege?
The only thing be that, and I'm not sure how exactly this would come into play, would be any type of devaluation of the U.S. dollar, since the market is tied to that. But that wouldn't be due to the pullbacks from the algos keeping it up. It would just strictly due to the lack of value that's there. That if your company was evaluated whatever based upon the U.S. dollar, and the dollar is no longer worth anything like that, then what are you holding?
Correct, my man. Exactly correct. And that's the whole deal. That's the whole deal, and that's how it breaks down. And with that being said, my man, we're over and out.